Hey, what's up guys? John here. American property owners are taking their homes back. Whether you live in New York City, Los Angeles, Seattle, Arizona, squatters are moving in by the thousands.
A squatting showdown.
An explosion of squatting cases is gripping the nation. In Atlanta alone, 1,200 homes are said to be illegally occupied.
Homeowners across the country are battling squatters who try to use the law to take control of a property.
And homeowners realize there is no other hope but to take their homes back by force. I'm going to show you some videos that are unfolding all throughout America right now that are getting tens of millions of views. What is happening right now in our system, what is happening inside of America is unbelievable. Look at this, for example, 8.7 million views. This man goes by the name of Squatter Hunter, and he's getting covered everywhere. Yahoo Finance, Squatter Hunter, for a price. This California man will rid your home of unwanted guests. Business Insider, all of these publications covering this situation.
If they can take a house, I can take a house.
He calls himself the Squatter Hunter, and for a price, he can get rid of the unwanted guests.
And you think about this. If you have a tenant in Los Angeles and you have to evict this tenant for failure to pay, or maybe it wasn't even a tenant that you leased to, they just, invited themselves in your home, it's going to cost tens of thousands of dollars to remove that tenant. And it might take 6 months or a year to remove the tenant. So you think about this. All the lost rent plus the high cost of attorney's fees, they could be a $50,000 or $100,000 loss depending on if they do damage to the home. Look at this situation here.
Are you on the lease? Yeah. You're on the lease? Show me you're on the lease. Show me you're on the lease. You know you're not on the lease. It's your dog. El baño de la oficina. Métanse por dentro, por favor, para que no salga el baño. Dale. I'll move that car for you. Okay, go ahead.
It's absolutely unreal. It's absolutely unreal that the world has come to this, to where property owners and, anywhere in America nowadays, high cost of insurance, high cost of taxes, everything is through the roof, and being told that you legally have to pay for utilities. You legally have to pay for someone else's housing accommodation or you'll get in trouble. That's where the world's at right now. Look at this situation here. This man, his name is Sang Kim, and Sang Kim is getting covered everywhere. Like, for example, Newsweek, squatter bars landlord from his $2 million home. Apparently, Sang Kim makes $400,000 a year. So he's making $30,000 plus per month, and he's squatting in somebody else's home. This is Yahoo News. Korean American joins Washington landlord's protest against tenant who owes $80,000 in back rent. And look at what he has to say here.
Get out. It's my house.
Just pay the rent to the guy.
I'm going to, and he doesn't understand this, system here in state.
Everyone's taking advantage of the system. But the thing is, when you move into a world like what we're moving into right now, where, it costs $20 to go through a fast food drive-through, everything is getting so expensive, what's going to happen? We're going to see a lot more of this situation. We're going to see people, with, husbands and wives that have children, they need to put shelter over their heads. You're going to start seeing this situation, I think, become much more prevalent all throughout the country.
Get out, come in! Get out, come in!
How is the Korean community interpreting what's happening here?
They are not aware of this. They're usually landlord or hardworking business people. They would never imagine a Korean descendant taking advantage of this poor, broken system like this and embarrass not only his family, but entire community. So I was chanting, if you're not going to pay, you shouldn't stay there. And I also called him out as a con man. 사기꾼. 사기꾼 means con man in Korean. What I'm going to do is I'm going to provide high-resolution picture of them and ask all the Korean medias to post this.
And all this is within the last 72 hours. So this is happening like everywhere, all the last 72 hours. So you look at this, March 21st. Today is the 23rd, right? Then you look at this situation, this is the 20th. Then you look at this situation here. This got 8.6 million views on the 21st. Now it says that it's not real because only one squatter is allowed per property, right? So what she says is that her mom's friend went out of town and came back, and there's 12 people living inside of this property. And she, says that there are members of this. So 12 people, look at this video.
What would you do if you went on vacation and came home and there were 12 gang members living in your home? I am not joking when I tell you my mom's friend from high school went on vacation, came home, and there are 12 gang members living in her home. And she's called the police. They won't do anything. And they just said their exact response to her is, we will not help you get them out. You have to continue to pay the electric bill and your mortgage and go get a hotel. Are you kidding me? Her husband was military.
Absolutely insane. But the situation gets a lot worse. And this is a story that, people need to pay very, very close attention to. It's not safe to go in there and try to, forcefully remove somebody from your home because things can get out of control. Because I'm going to share with you in just a second what just happened to a lady who tried to forcefully remove 2 squatters. She didn't make it out. So you got to be careful. This lady did. But this lady, what happened, she tried to forcefully remove the squatter. 4.6 million views came out on the 20th.
I'm not a squatter. I don't even know what that word means. I'm a Marine. I was in the Marines. This is not my style.
So 4.6 million views, living in the house, no authorization. And, she ends up getting arrested for this situation, came out on the 20th. But this lady, this is NBC News, teen fugitives in Manhattan, you can use your imagination here, caught in Pennsylvania. And so this came out yesterday, March 22nd. And what happened was investigators made a discovery when they conducted the wellness check of Kip's Bay apartment. Vitella has been seen since returning to New York earlier this month to oversee her late mother's apartment. Detectives said she had just returned from traveling and went to the apartment believing it was vacant to prep it for a friend to move in. Officials say the apartment had been vacant for months, and Vitella likely encountered squatters, including 2 just apprehended. When she returned to the property, video shows her going in and only 2 suspects coming out. And then, this is what the examiner's office ruled, is the cause of it. So be very, very, very careful. Be very careful. If you have squatters in your home, I would not rush into anything, emotional. I'd really be cautious about how you handle that situation because not every time is going to be smooth. This squatter hunter, this situation, I can promise you, we're going to see so many people jumping into this business in places like Washington, Seattle, Washington, places like Los Angeles, places like New York. This is going to happen because really strong tenant protections where landlords and property owners have very, reduced rights. And so when you have a situation like that and they have very high very high expenses and reduced rights, they're willing to pay, right? So you're going to start seeing situations where, people are willing to pay $20K, $30K, $50,000 to, remove a squatter. And you're going to start seeing a lot of people saying, you know what, for that kind of money, yeah, I'm in that business. I mean, this is Q1. It's Q1 of 2024. Wait till Q3, Q4. Wait till things really start to heat up because I can almost promise you everything is going to get more expensive. Insurance is going to continue to go up. You heard what happened with the insurance companies in California yesterday. A lot of them pulled out, tens of thousands of policies canceled. You start to see all this situation as these costs continue to rise. If people own these properties and they have nothing but expenses on them because someone's living there, they're willing to do whatever it takes to probably get that property back. I can almost promise you. What do you think about this entire situation? Do you think we're walking into, an all-out battle on properties throughout the country as we start to see this inflationary crisis get a lot worse and we start to see this economy erode from within? Drop below. Let's have a conversation about this. And if you'd like to fix your credit to position yourself, what I believe is going to be the greatest wealth transfer in American history, we're already starting to see the desperation right now. And it's, by the American people as well. It's not just, newcomers. This is a situation where you're seeing millions and millions and millions of people in a very, very, very desperate situation. And as the situation gets worse, you're going to see a lot of people being forced to sell off assets. So those with cash, stable income, and excellent credit are going to have a real leg up inside of this wealth transfer. If you'd like to fix your credit, or at least you're interested in learning more about how to fix your credit if you have any issues, we'd love to help you. Give you a free consultation at my company, GreatCreditFast.com. That's GreatCreditFast.com. If you have late payments, medical bills, charge-offs, foreclosures, bankruptcies, repossessions, or any negative item on your credit report, go to GreatCreditFast.com. Click the link in the description just below this video. Schedule a free study session for Monday, and I'll catch you next video.